implementation, industrial production of green ammonia, economic. I'm working in the fertilizer division. We are building hydrogen, ammonia, methanol plants, and further on together we burn the ammonia in our nitric acid plants, and then we build fertilizer plants, and also of course urea plants together with carbon dioxide. We have 100 years experience in building ammonia plants. Company Únete has been founded in 1921, and we offer the best-in-class processes, such as the dual pressure process, by continuous R&D efforts. We are a technology provider, but also an EPC contractor, engineer, tool and construction, and of course also services. Yeah, we all know the problem climate crisis. More and more CO2 is emitted, warmer atmosphere, and the problems you can see today already. But also ammonia production is also affected by this problem. You must remember per ton ammonia produced, we will emit 1.9 ton carbon dioxide. So the European Commission, they decided they want to reduce their carbon emissions by 80% until 2050, and I think they will gain that goal by carbon taxation. At the time being, we are about 50 euro per ton carbon dioxide emitted, but it will decrease more and more. But at the same time, there are chances. The price for renewable energy has decreased. There have been prices reported below $20 per megawatt hour. And at the same time, the price for hydrogen produced by electrolyzers also significantly decreased, from 10 to 15 kilograms to $4 to $6 per kilogram hydrogen. That leads us to a smart solution for climate protection. What we will make use of water, electrolyzers, and beyond. We make use of renewable energy, wind, hydro, solar. Then we split the water into hydrogen and oxygen by water electrolyzers, and then we have the stuff to produce green molecules, such as ammonia, methanol, or synthetic natural gas. So we combined two worldwide leading processes to one holistic solution without any carbon dioxide emissions. Here you already have an idea of the energy consumption of a small-scale ammonia plant. For 50 metric tons per day, ammonia produced, I need 20 megawatts input of renewable power, or if it's a small, larger size, 300 metric tons per day, I need 120 megawatts. So that's a slide from our colleagues, our sister companies, Aceder. They produce the alkaline water electrolyzers. They have large experience with chlor-alkali electrolyzers. They installed worldwide 10 gigawatts. They have 50 years experience, and they have an annual production capacity for electrolyzers of 1 gigawatt. Here you see a schematic of an electrolyzer. The cell consists of anode and cathode, separated by a membrane. The cells are stacked in 4 stacks, each stack 74 cells, and that's a typical 20 megawatt electrolyzer. At the beginning or the end, you see the gas treatment unit, also separating water from hydrogen and filtration. Once more, they have a yearly production capacity of 1 gigawatt per year. They built a demonstration unit at our steel mill in Duisburg, the so-called carbon-to-temp project. The idea is to make use of coke oven gas, it's hydrogen rich. Blast furnace gas is rich in carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, and hydrogen produced by a demonstration electrolyzer. Together, these components mix they provide a synthesis gas for the production of different chemical compounds, methanol, higher alcohols, fuels, polymers, and finally ammonia. That's some photographs of our plant. That's the demo electrolyzer. It's 2 megawatts and produces 440 cubic meters per hour hydrogen. Here you see the gas treatment unit. It's a scrubber column for carbon dioxide. The electrolyzer has one great advantage. It can react very fast to changes in renewable energy. They are able to run up and down the plant from 10 to 100% within 30 seconds. They even carry out tests for E.ON so that they can follow up fluctuating prices for renewable energy at the market. They have been certified by E.ON. So, but now what does local green ammonia plant look like? Here a process scheme. Hydrogen is delivered from the electrolyzers at our atmospheric pressure. It is first compressed in the hydrogen compressor to 8 bars. That is also the delivery pressure of hydrogen from the air separation unit. It's further compressed to 40 bars. Then it passes the so-called deoxygenation reactor. There are about 0.1% oxygen in electrolyzed hydrogen, and this has to be removed because it's a catalyst problem. This is simply done by converting the oxygen together with hydrogen to water, which can be easily separated downstream of the process. Then either the nitrogen is stored in simply pressure vessels, so that you can still operate the plant even if you have no hydrogen production. But normally it's further compressed to synthesis gas pressure around 200 bars, the synthesis gas compression, and then it enters the Haber-Bosch loop, passes the cycle compressor, is heated up in the gas heat exchanger, can be further heated up by an electric heater. This may arise if the plant has to be operated at partial load. Then it passes the ammonia converter, where nitrogen and hydrogen reacts to ammonia. The exothermal heat we make use of for rising steam in the waste heat boiler. Then again it passes the gas heat exchanger to heat up the cold synthesis gas. Then we further cool down the ammonia bearing contains synthesis gas to 0 degrees Celsius, so that it may condense out ammonia, which is separated here. The cool is provided by the compression refrigeration machine, and then it's again passed back to the cycle compressor. Yeah, this is a tool developed by our colleagues in Australia. Renewable energy can fluctuate very often and to a large extent. The electrolyzer is able to follow these fluctuations, so we have a continuous fluctuation in hydrogen flow rate. Of course, our ammonia plant, which is more used to steady state operation, cannot quickly follow the fluctuation, so we need some hydrogen storage for buffering in between. And this RAMS tool, it optimizes, it minimizes the hydro pressure and optimizes the performance of the ammonia plant so that you get the economic solution. Yeah, here you see a plot plan of a green ammonia plant. It's 300 metric tons per day. To the upper right, you see the cell room with 7 electrolyzers. Here you see the hydrogen storage compressor, the hydrogen compressor, the synthesis gas compressor. This is the synthesis gas section with the Haber-Bosch loop. That is the refrigeration unit. And here you have a steam turbine with a generator. We produce steam and we use it for power generation. Here you see the region of offsite and utilities. For example, the cooling towers, water tanks, water treatment, using demineralized water for the electrolyzer. And finally, that's ammonia tank in the atmosphere. We try to modularize our plants. That means that we try to mount our equipment in skids which have dimensions of a sea ship container, yeah? And here, for example, you see the ammonia synthesis module, where all the heat exchangers of the cooling frame in the hoverboard loop are located. But of course, there are still some items which are so big they do not fit into a module. For example, this is the ammonia converter or the waste heat boiler. They still have to be secured on site. Yeah. Now, how could the chain of green chemicals look like? We make use of renewable energies, water, wind, solar, and at the same time we have conventional industry which emit large portions of carbon dioxide, for example, steel mills or concrete works. We make use of this renewable energy firstly to produce hydrogen. With hydrogen we can produce ammonia, but also synthetic natural gas or methanol. The ammonia we can convert together with carbon dioxide to urea and then use it as green fertilizer. But also the ammonia could be used for co-firing together with coal in a power plant, or it could be used directly as fuel in ships or trucks. And of course, the other